Oh wow, we're off to a great start, aren't we? Hollywood is not a synonym for America. There's actually a number of varying worldviews in the US, so lumping everybody together like that, intentional or no, is really, really, really dumb. This is not an auspicious beginning indeed. Ugh.
The thing we should do with people who create art that have done terrible things.
Depends what they've done and whether or not those things are crimes. Commit a crime, go to jail. It's not even complicated. Now, I'm not saying that happens in every single case, but that's not what she's asking. What should we do? The same thing we should do for everyone else who does whatever. Easy peasy. And fuck, you can create art in jail as well, so it's not like it even has to end the art.
Well, if you found out the head of Johnson & Johnson...
Johnson and Johnson. You have the entire of Hollywood and, well, history to draw an artist from, and you pick a soap company. I would hardly call the baby soft skin on my butt cheeks art. Well, actually, maybe she's onto something.
Was a serial rapist that everybody at Johnson & Johnson knew.
Whoa, dude, you know you should come up with a fictional company before throwing around serial rapist like that. I know this is supposed to be a hypothetical, but there are a lot of very silly people these days. I mean, take yourself for example.
One way or another, would you still buy that baby powder?
Depends. If it's the best possible product on the market, the only one that achieves whatever goal I was aiming for, then maybe. But we aren't talking about products that anyone could potentially replicate. You're talking about art. And in that case, would I still view the art? Yes. There has been a lot of art created by terrible, terrible people. That doesn't change how important the piece is. And back to the stupid Johnson & Johnson analogy, the head of the company would now presumably be in jail. And the idea that everyone in a company knew is preposterous, without everyone who ever interacted with the company also knowing, because he must have done it so blatantly, or they'd have had a staff induction. You were told that, oh, by the way, Kevin, the CEO, it's just a bit rapey, but don't tell anyone, wink.
Sorry your heroes are going away, wah. There are more important things to do, okay? Sorry, bummer for you, wah.
Well, now I have to turn that into a beat, don't I? Ugh.
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
The construct of society, the raping and killing of women. There's a channel called ID. It's devoted to 24 hours a day of sexualizing murder victims. Okay? Stop it.
The only ID I could find was Investigation Discovery. Now, I don't know anything about this company, but if this is who you mean, I can't find the show Sexy Corpses anywhere. I'm starting to think you might be leading me on with hyperbolic, inflammatory nonsense.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. That's my message. Just knock it off.
Right, I need you to take that sentiment and apply it to everything you do and have ever done. Cheers.
Wah, you don't get to like Woody Allen. Oh, what a big, huge loss for you.
I don't actually like most actors. Many are jumped up little turds who I couldn't give a flying shit about as people. But that doesn't mean the work that they have done is any less good or even great. So I still get to like Woody Allen movies, regardless of what he has or hasn't done. And I know you seem to think you do, but you don't actually get to have a say in that.
I'm sure that compares to the girl who's just been raped that now feels like she wants to hang herself from her balcony, right?
Oh, of course. Because anybody thinks like that, you utter Fruit Loop.
Because that really balances out. So when people bitch about that, sorry, bummer for you. You don't watch Birth of a Nation, do you? Probably not, because you know it's racist.
People do watch Birth of a Nation, though. I would, if I was so inclined, because you can't critique or analyse its content without experiencing it first. You can't understand the attitudes of at least certain people of the time period without it being available for people to view. Just because it's racist or homophobic or misogynist or whatever else you want to call something doesn't mean there isn't inherent value in its existence. Even a bad example has merit as a bad example. Again, I'm thinking of you, kiddo. Winky face.
So in time, these people would be looked at like that. My job and others' jobs at work in...
Man, you am English good. Seriously, have they heard of multiple takes and or editing? Is this the best they could get out of you? I mean, the whole thing is barely coherent as it is. If I didn't know any better, I would say that Big Think is trying to make you look like a penis. But you're doing a good enough job of that already, aren't you?
Kind of what I'm doing is to put an asterisk next to these assholes' names for all time.
Well, aren't you just so very special? You're the one that is going to save us all. Right, who the fuck are you again?
And if people want to cry about not getting to like somebody they liked when they're kids, well, get a fucking bigger problem.
Nobody is crying about it. They're telling you that you don't get to dictate how they think and feel. You aren't the arbiter of all things, and even a monster can do great work.
It's not that complicated, people. It's really not. It's really not. It's easy. Read a different book.
Translation. No, that's not me fucking up. She literally said nothing then. Meaningless drivel.
That's it. I have so many people fighting me because they want to stay in the system.
Nobody's fighting you. Nobody cares. You are annoying at most. But I'm sure you see yourself as some sort of great martyr, even though nothing is happening to you. And more than likely, nothing will. You just have delusions of grandeur, probably brought on from surrounding yourself with people who constantly tell you your inane prattle is deep and meaningful. It isn't.
The system benefits a 0.0001%. My ultimate goal is smashing the 99 and the 1%. That's what I'm here for.
You want to smash everyone? You're a dirty little hoe.
And I'm here to do that through thought and raising women up.
Oh, come on now. One or the other.
And yes, in Children of God, the cult I was born into.
Fucking what?
And again, it's someone's like, oh, they make a big deal of the cult.
Like, okay, I still have legitimately no idea who you are, but yeah, if you were born in a cult, I wouldn't be shocked if it was something you talked about a lot. Although I can imagine, like everything else you say, you probably make it into an incoherent mess.
I'm like, I would be talking about Ohio if that happened to be my life. That just was not. But that's a cult too. And I think you all know it.
Ohio is a cult. Woo intensifies, lad.
That's the thing. They're like, oh, it's so weird how you grew up. And I think it's weird how you live. And I think it's tragic. Because by 10%, because there's a lot of free minds, they're out there for sure, but we have to be vigilant.
That's the thing, the cabbages and the melon people always find a way to sink the Titanic. It's obvious, and you need to really think about that. That's what you sound like, you mad bint. In fact, someone has something to say to you.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. That's my message. Just knock it off.
So please, please, take your own goddamn advice.
What if those 10% of the world that you look at as the weirdos and the fringe people, what if it's you guys? You know, like just like how African Americans have been saying, I remember hearing about it, reading about it when I was 13. You know, that they get killed when they get pulled over by cops.
Ugh, this is really taking a turn for the worse. So, right, you think normal people who aren't hopped up on some kind of narcotic are actually the weirdos, and you follow that up for some reason with black people saying that they're killed by cops when they are pulled over even though they would be dead. And I know maybe I'm being pedantic on that point, but if I don't take her literally, I'm never going to divine any meaning from this shit. Did anyone watch this back after it was recorded? Because if I were this girl's worst enemy, I would not intentionally make her look this mental. Maybe I'm just not that cruel.
And that would be like us saying, maybe. Because someone said that to me in Germany recently. I said, this is like kind of what a woman experiences. And he said, maybe, waving his hand.
If someone puts their hand in your face while you're talking at them, chances are you were already right up in there. And maybe means, I don't know. Maybe I agree. Maybe I don't. It's not a denial of what you're saying.
I thought we have like a trillion PhDs in being a woman. Why? Because we're in our skin.
Oh yeah, has vagina is such an achievement. Oh, we've got to praise that shit.
And you know what's sad is because when you get sold as an idea, the other side thinks that's what you are.
Who? What other side? Use a proper noun, please.
So everybody's responding to us primarily as an idea that's sold to them through imagery. You know, Adam Sandler movies where you have Salma Hayek, Jessica Biel, Kate Beckinsale, these accomplished women with Adam Sandler, a slovenly slob whose shtick is wearing dirty pants and basically having a 2.2 IQ. But the message they send out is, you deserve this.
Well, someone has it in for Adam Sandler, don't they? And of course, a man with a 2.2 IQ somehow amassed a $30 million fortune by essentially filming him hanging out with his mates and stringing everything together into vague plots and selling them at movie theatres. What a moron. I wish I was that stupid.
And that directly, with all those young boys watching, leads to the idea of, I deserve that hot woman.
Oh, and of course, she's psychic as well. How many of these dipshits are going to tell swathes of people how they think and feel while simultaneously demonstrating zero knowledge on any topic?
No, you actually deserve a complex woman, but only if you two can match that.
Insanity is not the same as complexity. A maze that is convoluted to the point where you literally can't leave is not a good maze, it's a broken one.
During World War II, each
Of course, bring up World War II, why the fuck not?
studio had served their rank. They served in the military. Their rank was ministers of propaganda.
Oh, that's so edgy, I think I'm going to slit my wrists with it.
And they came to them after the war and they said, holy crap, women are out of the kitchen. What? Get back in.
Don't worry, darling. I would not let you anywhere near a kitchen. I imagine you would come out with deep-fried shoes with a side of sautéed tractor.
And that's when we started seeing Doris Day, like overdrive, vacuuming, everything. It is, once we put video with sound, images with sound, really have taken a fast. If you notice how fast the destruction of the world has gone, I know I'm tying things together. People are like, oh, it can't be responsible for all of that. Actually, it can. It really, really can.
No, I can't do it anymore. This bitch is bananas. It's like they took someone who kind of looks like that chick from Charmed, put her in a dress, but left her hobo hat on because you do not want to see what she has done to her head, and just let the mad bastard ramble on for 20 minutes, then cut out all the parts where she drank from her paper-wrapped methylated spirits or started throwing her shit across the room, then just hoped no one would notice. Unfortunately, big stink, see what I did there, we noticed. And shame on you for using the mentally ill for fun and profit. What do you mean that's exactly what I'm doing? Well, yeah, but I'm allowed because of my white male privilege. Come at me, brah.
Hey, look, it's Antifa. Antifa stands for anti-fascist, but they're a little different from other anti-fascist groups and employ very unique tactics. Tactics like trying to violently shut down non-fascist events, getting the shit kicked out of them, and then proudly proclaiming themselves the victors just so we know they won. Now, I don't mean to brag, but I'm something of an authority on this subject. It may surprise you to know that I actually used to be a member of Antifa myself. It's really hot. This is so bad. Oh God. Glasses are fogged, I can't see shit. How do they do this? That lasted a whole day. Then I picked up piano lessons, which I also quit. Too difficult. Okay, so maybe I'm not the best at following through with things, like literally any YouTube commitment I've ever made, but trust me, I know what I'm talking about and I got shit to say. Patreon and PayPal in the description, because I deserve it.